Greetings, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to look at getting inclusion in Japan. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 10th year of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training in Japanese, Training de Okane o Mura ni suru no wa yamimashou, and all of my books are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series, and every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oishia show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Jodan da yo. Jodan da yo. Jodan da yo. I was only joking. I was just joking. I was just playing around. It wasn't serious. You might say something, people might take it a bit seriously. You realize, oh, they didn't quite get what I meant. I better cool down this situation. And you just want to say, Jodan da yo. I'm just telling a joke. Jodan da yo. I was being facetious. Jodan da yo. I was being lighthearted. Jodan da yo. Jodan da yo. Jodan da yo. Just joking. Jodan da yo. This is episode number 514. 514. Today we're talking about inclusion, conflict, and diversity in Japan. Internal conflict is like a cancer destroying our organizations. This is normally a massive headache for leaders, but when trying to improve the diversity within the team, it becomes a blocker. There is a pathway to diversity, and that leads to gaining an acceptance of the necessity for inclusion first. Once achieved, then diversity becomes a possibility. Being inclusive with someone you are arguing with or now don't like because of some point of conflict makes that possibility quite remote. Companies in Japan have been diligent in organising awareness sessions about diversity, equity and inclusion. Often it is a box-ticking exercise, though, and no one actually measures whether the firm achieved its diversity aims. In other cases, they took it seriously, but there was no result. The awareness session ended and that was that. The bridging from the why to the how wasn't achieved. There are many reasons why the transition didn't occur, and certainly one of them is unresolved conflict within the team actively blocking attempts to become more inclusive. Conflicts can arise over processes, roles, direction, decisions, and other individuals. We need to know what we are dealing with, so we need to understand exactly what is the cause of the conflict. To analyze the issues we're confronting, let's use this phase prism. 1. What is the exact nature of the conflict? 2. What are the conflict responses of the key people? 3. What are the causes of the conflict, the root cause? 4. What are the possible resolutions? 5. What is the best resolution, and then execute on that. When everyone is hot, that would be a bad time to start interrogating people about the issue. A small delay is a good idea and allow people to cool down a bit before jumping in to sort out this mess. Don't have the conversation in the office meeting room, which is quite a public forum. Instead, head outside. Find a discreet coffee shop away from prying eyes so that the individuals can speak more freely. Let's ignore all the noise we've been hearing about what is going on and actually find out the real situation. Being questioned by the boss is never pleasant, so we must be seeking information in a way in which people are happy to share their thoughts on the matter. We need to frame our questions in a way which will allow them to bring forth all of the issues driving the conflict. For example, we could ask, I hear a lot of people talking about what is going on, which I'm going to ignore because I want to hear what are your concerns. We don't want to sound accusatory, so we should avoid focusing on the individuals. Using a sporting metaphor, we play the ball, not the man. We make it clear we're here to sort this out and we are open to hearing all views on the problem. For example, we have a big target this year, which we must hit. So what do I need to do to make it possible for the team to achieve that goal? Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do these in both Japanese and English. We do them face-to-face in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. Today's show is being brought to you by, on the 18th of May, our Leadership Training for Managers program. This is a very practical course, things that they can implement immediately, things that will give them structures, give them insights, give them ideas, give them the methodologies they need to be a very, very effective leader. On the 9th of June, we're doing our Winning with Relationship Selling program. This covers the entire sales cycle, but it does it in a way which really focuses on the human element, on the persuasion element, on the trust element, and teaches the skill sets that we need to have when we're approaching buyers to convince the buyer to go with us and not with the competition. On the 9th of June and later on the 11th of June, we're doing our Dale Carnegie course, their flagship program. This is a life-changing program because it covers a lot of things we need at one time. We need to be better leaders, covers that. We need to be better communicators, covers that. We need to be better with people, covers that. We need to be able to deal with our stress, covers that. We need to step out of our comfort zone and push forward, covers that too. In one program, it covers all of these 5 key areas we need to be successful in business. So brilliant program. Absolutely recommend this one. It's a flagship course. Been going for 100 years. There's no particular reason why any course should last for 100 years unless it is always current, always relevant, always powerful, and always providing the outcomes that clients want. And that is the case with this program. Go to our website at www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni Sunu wa Yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from small and medium enterprises all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. The key now is to shut up and let them talk. They will say things which will trigger a thought or generate a pertinent comment, but we should restrain those urges and let them tell us, from their point of view, why there is conflict in the team. We're using active listening techniques to signal we are listening, but we are not ending their sentences, jumping in with our worthy contribution, or changing the subject. We let them talk so we can get to the bottom of the issue. Now, not everyone responds the same way to conflict, so we have to be aware of the differences. There are 6 conflict response styles which we should look for. 1, avoid. It's very common in Japan. People decide it isn't worth it, so they become passive. They're opposed to what is going on, so they are not getting involved in fixing the problem. Number 2, accommodate. They decide it is easier to give in to the other side, so their views, ideas, and insights are not being engaged. Number 3, compromise. A solution is sought which, while imperfect, will ease the tension and reduce the active conflict within the team. Number 4, collaborate. There is a willingness to find a way forward to work together for the good of the team. Number 5, immovable. Not bending, no quarter given, no budging from a firmly held position. Number 6, dictate. They just tell everyone what is going to happen and they brook no disagreement. They use their power of their personality or their position power to force acquiescence. Can you locate your people among these 6 reactions? Identifying their reactions beforehand better prepares us for the conversations we will need to have and will help us to frame them in a way which is most successful. Personalities, budget allocations, decision-making power are some of the most common sources of conflict in my experience. Can we help with a solution which hasn't occurred to the parties involved? Do we need to bring in a third party to help resolve this through an arbitration process? Do we need to move the final decision to the next level of executive leadership? Can we all agree to disagree and move forward regardless? If our people are in conflict, that is the antithesis of gaining inclusion, which is the necessary trigger to deliver diversity. We must deal with the conflict, fully face the reality, and work on the how piece and not just the why. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.